Hello everyone, this is Static and I'm Fanatic bringing you guys another Minecraft video. Today we're doing a tutorial on my redstone game I made right here, where you put in a diamond and you have a chance of stacking your diamonds all the way up and doubling them until you hit the jackpot up there, which is super cool. And then all my diamonds have sprayed everywhere. I have an Allay going and picking them up for me right now. See? Thank you, Mr. Allay. So, into today's tutorial. And this, guys, is all the materials you are going to need. These top pieces are the materials you are going to need per slice, okay? So this is what you need for each individual light section right here. So for this light, it needs that much materials. This light, same thing. You get the point. So all these materials for just that slice, and then these are the materials you are going to need for your input to get your diamonds into it. And then you also need some additional materials like diamonds, so you can actually fill your payout. And you are going to want to rename some items. I chose a stick. This can be any item you want as long as it stacks to 64. Okay, so that is all the materials you need. So I have marked out 3 back from your wall. Okay, you are going to place a barrel just like that. All right, and then you are going to want it so your hopper is going to face into a block just like this. Okay, and then you can put an additional hopper just like so. Oh, I made that a little too. You can make your chest just like that so your input is in there. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, and then next you're going to want to make a shape that looks like this. I will pause for you guys in just a second so you guys can see. Just make a shape that looks like this, 3 away from the hopper, and then this like kind of V here at the bottom, just like that. And you're going to take your redstone comparator off of the hopper that is facing into it, and you're going to put it here and put 3 redstone dust just running off of it like this, a repeater down at the bottom, and a redstone torch just like that. Okay, this is when you need our item filter. So we are going to take an anvil and 4 items. I chose a stick. It doesn't matter as long as it stacks to 64. And we're going to put it in, and we're going to just rename it so no other item can just fall into here on accident. So I'm going to call mine item filter just like this. You can call it whatever you want. Just make sure no one is going to be placing these item filters in the barrel. We only want diamonds. So you're going to lay it out just like this, and then you can take your diamonds and you can put them in the barrel just like this, and then they are going to automatically start sorting. And then when we hit 41, we are going to start seeing items in this chest, but you got to put your items in here first. Okay, all right. And this right here, if you don't know what this is, this was a sorter created by Impulse SV. Yeah, very helpful machine. I see it a lot. So now that the diamonds are at 41, we can start getting stuff, and then every single diamond that someone inputs is going to go in the bottom just like this, which is exactly what we want. Okay, so I'm going to put these items back in the chest for right this second while we do the next layers. Okay, and for the next slice, the first thing you are going to want to do is actually set up the style of what this is going to look like. I am going for kind of a style like this, and we're going to set up all our lights, by the way. So I am going with a back and forth motion with the spruce logs. If you don't know what I mean it's kind of like this circular pattern, you could tell. So that is what I will be doing, just like this. And for today's tutorial, I will be making 9 lights. Okay, so where do we have 2? 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. Just like that. And when you have all of your lights set up, now we can actually start working on the redstone. So out here in the back, the first thing you're going to want to do is on the layer that has the redstone lamps, you are going to want to put 3 wool like this and a dropper just in the corner, just like that, okay? And 2 redstone dust. I'm going to do all layers pretty much at the same time because we're going to be working from this slice to this slice to this slice rather than working our way up, because it is actually much easier this way. So 2 redstone dust and a dropper, and then we are going to do the same thing, except we are going to just flip it to the opposite side, just like that. I'm going to put 2 redstone dust here, and we're just going to do this all the way up, putting 3 wool down, putting a dropper and 2 redstone dust. And then when you get to the top, it is going to look like this with all of our droppers, just like this. Take your wool, okay, and you're going to mark out 2 just like this, 1 to the dropper, 1 to the redstone. And to the redstone, you are going to place a comparator, and out of, not going into, but coming out of the dropper, you're going to place a repeater on 4 ticks, okay? And we're going to continue that process. So coming out of the dropper is a repeater into a repeater out of the dropper, and a comparator into the redstone. Comparator into the redstone, redstone repeater outside of the dropper. And when you get to the top, it is going to look like this with all these repeaters and comparators all going facing just like this. So the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to place a block of wool with redstone and all the repeaters, and only the repeaters, okay? So in front of the repeater, place a block with redstone. In front of the repeater, place a block with redstone. And do this all the way up. Just like that, and it should look like this when you are all done. Next, we are going to take our droppers, and we are going to kind of take our droppers and hoppers and place them in front of our comparator, just like this. And I'll show you what that looks like. So it's going to look like a dropper with a hopper facing into it, and a comparator reading off of this hopper. And this is actually easier for the other slices because we can actually just use the redstone to make a thing. So it's going to look like that, okay? And we have to do this all the way up, so there is a dropper with hopper in front of every single comparator. Just like that. So now there is a dropper and a hopper going and getting read by the comparators all along each slice, back and forth, just like this, okay? Alright, so next step, all we have to do is place really a redstone block under these droppers, making it so the redstone connects it to this dropper. So anytime this redstone gets powered, it's going to go to the next dropper, which is how we're going to be able to loop up the machine to get each individual light, okay? Okay, and the next thing that we are going to want to do is we're going to want to place a note block on top of a gold block at the very bottom here, so it's kind of like level with the light, okay? So it's just gonna be just like that. And what we're going to need to do is we are going to need to skip a block and do this, repeating the gold and note block for every other block just in here. I mean, you could use any block, it doesn't have to be gold, but it sounds the best gold because it's kind of like a ding sound saying that you've won a diamond. And at the top here, it's going to stick out a little bit. It is okay. We just need to make sure that redstone is getting put into this gold block, just like here. Unless you are on a different slice, and it is not always going to do that. Sometimes it is going to be into the block, just like this. Sometimes it is going to be at the note block level or above the note block like this. As long as it's going to be powering the note block, it doesn't matter. It'll still create you your sound. So that's perfect. We can go back to our chest and grab the rest of our materials so we can hook this up from before. That would be in these sides here, and we are going to need a slab. I totally forgot that material list. Sorry. I'll update it. You are going to want a slab put right here, okay, with redstone dust on here. We're going to need a block of wool with a repeater, just like this, and then we need a block of wool here, and we're going to place a a torch here, and we're going to put a torch here, just like that, okay? And then that connects this bottom section with your diamonds up to the machine, and that should be pretty much all of your materials. Now, you are going to need to get a shovel and any block, so it could be glass, because why not? But you're going to need some shovels and a glass. And coming back to these droppers in the back here, these ones in the very back, you are going to need to put one shovel in and one item in. And then the next one shovel and one item. And one shovel and one item. And put this in all of these back droppers right here. And we're almost done, guys. Almost done. We can almost test this out. Just like that. So now, the reason we do this, okay, with one shovel and one stained glass, I will show you, is because when this dropper gets powered, it's going to randomly choose between a shovel and, in our case, the brown stained glass, okay? It's going to go in this hopper for a second. And how this happens, a comparator, okay, with one regular item in the thing, just like this, with one regular item, it is going to give off a signal strength of 1, okay? 1 power level, just like that. But if we can put this back, if it chooses the shovel, because a dropper randomly chooses an item that's just randomly in here, it's not in order, it's going to randomly choose one. If it chooses the shovel, it actually gives off a signal strength of 3, see, power level 3, which is enough to reach this dropper, okay? And when it reaches the dropper, it is going to spit out our diamond. This light is right connected to this yellow block, so it is going to power that. And we're just reading a signal off of here. So one of two things: we can power our music sound, saying that we have won a diamond, but also on these other slices, when it powers it, it's not just powering that, it's actually powering our second dropper, which is how we're able to stack up to where we need to go. So all items are back in there, and we only have one thing left to do, guys. All you have to do is fill your payments, alright? Which your payments are right here. You can put diamonds in here so that they can actually win items or prizes. I mean, it doesn't have to be diamonds. You could change what's in here all the time if you want. If you're selling, I wouldn't really be selling something. If you want to give out gold, you could give out gold. If you want to give out nether stars because you're the richest person in the world, feel free to do that. Or, you know, just diamond blocks, because why not? You could do that. And then even up here for a prize, the jackpot, I'm going to put some diamond blocks, because it's very rare to win this. Because remember, each time you go to a different light, it's a 50-50 chance you're going to get this light. And then if you win that 50-50 chance to get this one, 50-50 chance to get this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay? So that is why it's very hard to win the jackpot. And so now all you have to do is put a diamond in, and it should automatically know the system. Again, you don't win every single time. So I'm just gonna lay some diamonds out just like this. Do that. Do we win anything? Do we win anything? Oh, we got something. We got 2 diamonds that time. Okay, we'll let our ally pick it up for us. This time, we got... how many diamonds? Nothing. Alright, this one? Nothing. Again, not every single time. This one? Nothing. This one? Nothing. This one? We got 1, 2... I think that's 4 diamonds. 4 diamonds, because it spits out 2 every single time. And, yeah, so... there you go. And then the last thing, guys, is just decorating. If you want, I like to put quartz back here, just because I think it looks nice. It also kind of, it gives it a cool shape. But there you go, guys. I hope you liked the tutorial, and I hope you can put this on all your guys' servers so all your friends can play this, and you guys can hopefully make some diamonds down there in the chest. And yeah, I will see you all next time. Have a good one.